Alrighty, so welcome back. Macktion and Mike Crain here. Now it's time for some Blast Man. Now, there are a lot of speaker-themed items in Blast Man's stage.
Yeah.
Definitely a new kind, definitely a different kind of enemy.
We were going to add where there's some kind of speakers that like blow you around from the sheer sound they make, but we haven't. It was going to be in time with the music too, but we haven't gotten around to that yet.
Gotcha, but that's something that we could be seeing in later games, or later versions of the game.
Yeah. And those speaker tower enemies, those gave me a hell of a time to get them to work. I was trying to destroy the part that you shot and then drop the rest down, but turns out all I needed to do was destroy the top part, no matter which one you shot.
Mm-hmm.
Drop the main body of it down.
Mm-hmm. I'm not sure I follow that. So what would happen is you were trying to make it so that when you destroyed one of the pieces that it'd like fall and sort of collect together, or
yeah.
Okay, good. Well,
yeah, and to pull that off, I had to destroy the topmost piece of the pillar instead of the one you shot.
Instead of the bottom or the middle one.
Yeah.
I see. So it being destroyed and collapsing together is more of an optical illusion in this case.
Yeah.
Okay. So why were you limited to that type of an approach? Was it because of the game making program?
I think that's just what. Well, I don't think Capcom did that with the enemies in Mega Man 10. I think it was because they sort of fall fluidly instead of just suddenly.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I guess just well, the speaker tower enemies don't have any physics or anything, so I guess that's just a correct way to do it.
Okay. Silly Mets. But, okay. Well, now, one of the things that I've been wanting to ask about for a little while is sound engineering, because you did, of course, all the sound for Mega Man Revolution. Is that right?
Yeah. Yeah.
What can you tell me?
Except for the ones that are from the series, of course.
Of course. But even most of those have a little bit of a remix to them, so... So, tell me a little bit about the process that you had to go through for engineering the music and the sounds for Mega Man Revolution.
Well, I made blank NSF files. For anyone who doesn't know what that is, that's
not safe for work.
No, NSF, Nintendo Sound Format. No, those are files with Nintendo music data stored on them.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I made blank versions of those with a single note, and I record it and I put it all into Impulse Tracker because I thought that'd be the most accurate thing to do to get the sound to sound authentic.
Okay.
And yeah, you got like I had to study the NES sound capabilities too, because like there's things like the triangle channel doesn't have a volume setting; it's just either on or off.
Interesting. So so what other sort of quirks do the Nintendo sound files have?
Well, there's only 5 channels.
Mm-hmm.
You got the 2 square waves, the triangle, the noise, white noise, and the DPCM, I think it's called, that does digital samples.
Mm-hmm.
And I was, whenever I was learning it, I was actually impressed about how the white noise channel can make drum sounds like it does. I didn't know that at the time when I was learning about it.
Mm-hmm. So, did you use the white noise channel to do drum sounds in this as well?
Yeah.
Okay. So, those are some pretty darn limiting aspects. I mean, I'm no sound guy myself, but I've tinkered around with some sound files, mostly, you know, get the proper atmosphere for a Dungeons and Dragons game. But I've used on most of those occasions plenty more than 5 channels. It seems like a pretty limiting, pretty big handicap as far as trying to express yourself through music.
Yeah, it can be, but it was pretty fun. I think I've only heard one instance of the technique I did in some of the songs. There might be more because I don't know all the NES games in existence, but in a few places at the very least I used the triangle channel as the melody instead of the bass.
Mm-hmm.
Mega Man definitely doesn't do that, but I was trying to do something different with this game.
Gotcha. And what's the? You said you think you've heard of a place or a game where that was done before. Which one's that?
It was a Song and Pipe Dream, I think it was.
Song and Pipe Dream. Well, now I'm gonna have to go. Now I'm gonna have to go play some Pipe Dream. Ooh, but Soundman, or sorry, Blastman here can get kind of vicious because he has an attack that hits everywhere at once.
Yeah.
Let me see if he... Well, that's his normal, you know, area attack here, but let's see if I get him to do his... Yeah, there's his whole screen attack. Which, before I realized that Wild Sprint actually makes you kind of immune to damage while you are running with Wild Sprint, I kept thinking, man, what in the world? How in the world am I going to beat this one? And as a matter of fact, I don't think I even beat him on this run through here because I didn't use an E-tank or anything. But you'll kind of see how my understanding of Wild Sprint as a weapon evolves, because I'm just tapping it right here.
Yeah.
You know, and just getting hosed pretty bad, because I'm just hitting it instead of holding it down.
Yeah. Yeah, because the trick is to hold it down till you're not touching him. Yeah.
And I think it's right about here that I realized that the point was to be holding it down, so I don't think I take much damage in this run through. But even with that, Wild Sprint's a very, very, very useful item, especially in... okay, so I didn't hold it down there, but there, yeah! Yeah, there we go. That's where the revelation came, and I was like, aha!
I got you now.
Yeah, exactly.